Have you ever wondered how some people seem to have an unbreakable willpower? These individuals navigate their life journey with remarkable discipline, harnessing a crucial, often underappreciated skill called self-control. Simply put, self-control is our ability to manage our impulses to fulfill our long-term aims. It's about embracing the challenge, choosing the harder path over the easy way out. Means saying no to an extra pastry, turning off Netflix to complete that pending assignment, or resisting the temptation to hit snooze when the alarm rings. Why is self-control important? It's because it forms the bedrock of a disciplined life. It aids us in maintaining focus in a world teeming with diversions. It empowers us to make decisions that are in line with our ambitions and principles, rather than bending to temporary urges. It fosters resilience, enabling us to recover from failures and keep progressing. However, let's admit that self-control is a common struggle. We are all human, wired to seek immediate gratification. But those who master this crucial skill truly stand out. They are the achievers, the fulfilled individuals who their imprint on the world. Self-control isn't about total denial of pleasure, but about making mindful choices. It's comprehending the difference between immediate wants and ultimate desires. It's the understanding that our actions today impact our tomorrow. So, how can we develop this precious skill? The journey will be a shared endeavor in this. We'll delve into the scientific aspects of self-control, discuss practical strategies, and share stories of individuals who've effectively utilized this power. Remember, self-control is like a muscle. It strengthens with regular practice. As it turns out, could be the secret ingredient to success. So, are ready to discover your inner strength and take control of your life? Did you ever hear about the famous Marshmallow test? This captivating experiment conducted by Stanford University in the late 1960s is a compelling demonstration of self-control and delayed gratification. It's popularly known as the Stanford Marshmallow experiment, and its insightful findings are still relevant in the present day. The experiment followed a simple design. A child was placed alone in a room with a marshmallow. They were given two choices. Either they could savor the marshmallow instantaneously, or they could wait for approximately 15 minutes without yielding to the enticing treat in front of them to earn an extra marshmallow. Just picture the testing scenario. A room, a child, and a tempting marshmallow. A lively setup that tests not just patience but also willpower and self-control. The outcomes were captivating. Some children succumbed to the temptation almost instantly, unable to resist the delectable treat. However, others showcased an exceptional level of self-control, distracting themselves in various imaginative ways to hold out for the superior reward. But the experiment did not conclude there. The researchers followed up with these children into their adulthood and discovered even more intriguing findings. Children who managed to resist the immediate gratification, those who demonstrated self-control at such an early stage, were more successful in their later life. They excelled academically, maintained healthier lifestyles, and showed a lower tendency towards substance abuse. Their innate ability to delay gratification and regulate their impulses seemingly laid a robust foundation for their future. It primed them for cultivating the discipline and patience needed to achieve long-term objectives, make prudent decisions, and lead a prosperous life. Their early demonstration of self-control set them on the promising path to success. The Stanford Marshmallow experiment holds significant importance as it depicts the profound impact of self-control on our lives. It is an invaluable lesson that can guide us all, regardless of whether we are 5 years old or 55. It's a powerful testament to the significance of self-control in our lives, a lesson we can all learn from, whether we're 5 or 55. You know, I wasn't always good at self-control. There was a period in the narrative of my life when I was ensnared by my impulses, particularly those concerning food. The mere sight of a chocolate bar would send my heart into a frantic pace, and the notion of pizza for dinner would provoke a cascade of salivation. My fondness for food had no end, and my expanding waistline bore the brunt of this testimony. I was the epitome of someone who embraced the present, surrendering to every fleeting desire and whim. But this absence of self-restraint was wreaking havoc on my well-being. Excess weight burdened me, perpetual fatigue had become my shadow, and my self-worth was plumbing the depths of despair. I was ensnared in a relentless cycle of momentary pleasure followed by remorse. I can still recall the chilling ambiance of that Tuesday afternoon, the rain relentlessly pelting against the window. I was seated in my doctor's office hearing him convey the outcome of my recent health examination, The phrases high cholesterol, pre-diabetic, and potential heart disease risk reverberated in my mind, each one a chilling reminder of my dire circumstance. This realization was a harsh awakening, a bitter pill to swallow. That's when I resolved to shift gears, to reclaim control of my life. I embarked on this journey by establishing minor, attainable targets. I swapped the chocolate bar for a piece of fruit, the pizza for a nourishing salad. I began with daily strolls, which gradually progressed into jogs. The journey was arduous, with numerous days tempting me to surrender, to yield to the comfort of old habits, but I remained resolute. Bit by bit, I began to notice transformations, not merely in my physical appearance but also in my disposition, vitality, and attitude towards life. I felt revitalized, cheered, and gained a sense of control. I recognized that the ability to transform resided in me, that I was the architect of my destiny. Retrospectively, I can see how my previous lack of restraint was an obstacle, hindering me from realizing my potential, but once I chose to embrace change, to exercise self-discipline, there was no turning back. That's when I realized I needed to take control of myself. So, how does one gain more self-control? This is a question that many seek the answer to. Self-control is not as elusive as it might appear at first glance. The journey to achieving stronger self-control is marked with small, practical actions that anyone can undertake. Let's venture into the depths of these actions together. The first, and perhaps the most crucial, is setting distinct goals. Without a clear destination, steering your actions in a favorable direction becomes challenging. So what does setting clear goals entail? It's about articulating what you're aiming to achieve, making it specific enough that it's comprehensible, and dissecting it into smaller, manageable tasks. This tactic provides you with a roadmap to adhere to, facilitating your ability to maintain your trajectory. Subsequently, it's about identifying healthy diversions. When the temptation to abandon your self-discipline strikes, it's beneficial to have a safe activity to switch your attention to. Such activities might range from immersing yourself in a captivating book, taking a serene walk in your local park, or perhaps even engaging in a quick, invigorating workout. The objective with this is to engage your mind until the temptation subsides. Now let's delve into the topic of mindfulness. Considered by many to be a form of art, mindfulness is the act of being wholly present in the current moment. It's about accepting your thoughts and emotions without any prejudice. When you're mindful, you're in a superior position to resist impulsive behaviors. You can notice your desires without succumbing to them. This practice, in turn, reinforces your self-control. Then, we have the act of rewarding yourself for minor triumphs. Celebrate those instances where you manage to exercise self-control successfully. This celebration could be as straightforward as patting yourself on the back for a job well done, or perhaps indulging yourself with something you enjoy. Remember, rewarding your progress encourages positive behavior and fuels your motivation to persevere. However, it's essential to understand that self-control is not an overnight accomplishment. It's a process that necessitates practice, patience, and persistence. You will encounter moments of weakness, but these moments are not indicative of failure. What is important is your ability to stand back up, draw valuable lessons from the experience, and continue pressing forward. So don't be too hard on yourself if you falter. Self-control can be likened to a muscle. The more frequently you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. Similarly, like any other skill, it can be cultivated and sharpened over with consistent effort. Remember, the key to self-control is practice, patience, and persistence. But what happens when you start to master self-control? Self-control impacts various facets of our existence in profound ways. Let's explore its influence on health first. Ever found yourself battling the temptation of an extra slice of pizza or an additional scoop of ice cream? That's your self-control stepping up. As you hone this inner strength, making healthier choices becomes less of an uphill battle. It's not about total deprivation, but rather, making choices that prioritize your well-being in the long run. Next, let's shift our focus to relationships. Self-control is instrumental here as well. It enables you to regulate your emotional responses, react rationally rather than impulsively, and nurture more empathetic, healthier relationships. Imagine, instead of reacting aggressively in a heated moment, you take a deep breath, gather your thoughts, and respond calmly and rationally. This illustrates the true power of self-control. Now let's discuss the influence of self-control on your career. Picture this: you're facing a pressing deadline, the pressure is mounting, and distractions are pulling you in every direction. In such situations, self-control is your best ally. It allows you to stay focused, manage your time proficiently, and deliver on your commitments. Self-control is the catalyst for discipline, persistence, and ultimately, success. And what about personal growth? Here too, self-control is a game changer. It's the key to cultivating good habits, eradicating bad ones, and breaking free from your comfort zone. Self-control means resisting immediate gratification and choosing what will fuel your growth, knowledge, and improvement. Self-control is like a superpower. It's the capacity to consciously decide your actions, rather than being swayed by impulses or instant desires. It's the difference between passively living life and taking active control. Consider some of the great minds of our time: Elon Musk, Oprah Winfrey, or Serena Williams. What's one thing they all share? An extraordinary degree of self-control. This attribute has propelled them to the pinnacle of their respective fields and facilitated their lasting impact. So, the question isn't if self-control is beneficial, but how much you stand to gain by harnessing its power. As you can see, self-control can truly transform your life. However, mastering self-control is no easy feat. It's akin to summiting an enormous peak. To succeed, you need unwavering determination and a consistent exertion of effort. Not to mention, the journey often involves a dash of perspiration and a few emotional moments. What's crucial is having the capability to fully grasp and accept the adversities that accompany this endeavor. The initial roadblock we encounter is temptation, the deceptive melody that seduces us astray, tempting us with immediate satisfaction. It's a rich, decadent slice of cake when you're trying to adhere to a strict diet, a sudden unwarranted when you're attempting to grow your savings, or an unplanned night of revelry when you should be engrossed in books. The appeal of instantaneous gratification can frequently cast a shadow over the enduring benefits that self-control yields. The subsequent obstacle is peer pressure, an issue that extends beyond the teenage years and continues to assert its influence during adulthood. The longing to belong can occasionally make us compromise our self-control. We might consume more than we should at a social gathering just to keep up with our peers, or forfeit a fitness session merely because no one else is participating. Bear in mind, progress is often a slow and uneventful journey, and no shame in treading the path less followed. Then come setbacks. Be candid, we're all mere mortals. Everyone falter or mistake at some point. Maybe you splurged a little extra one month or missed a series of workouts. It's all too easy to view these setbacks as failures that discourage us. However, the secret lies in seeing them as they truly are, temporary deviations from your path, not the termination of your journey. So how do we conquer these hurdles? The answer lies in one word: resilience. It's the ability to rebound from setbacks, defy temptations, and stand firm against peer pressure. It's the practice reminding yourself why you embarked on this journey towards self-control initially. Formulate a lucid vision of your objectives, and let this vision steer you. Surround yourself with optimistic energy, individuals who boost your endeavors and foster your growth. Lastly, extend kindness towards yourself. Self-control isn't a race, it's a long-distance run. It's fraught with highs and lows, but every stride you take, no matter how insignificant, symbolizes a triumph. Despite the challenges, remember that the rewards of self-control are well worth the effort. You're capable. Continue to strive, continue to evolve, and observe as you transform into the best version of yourself. So where does this leave us? We've journeyed through the intricate dimensions of self-control, analyzing its potency and realizing the extensive influence it has on the way we live our daily lives. We've taken a deep dive into the renowned cookie experiment, a remarkable and intriguing study that effectively emphasizes the importance of this characteristic in our existence. Through various narratives and personal anecdotes, we have been able to grasp and appreciate the transformative potential that self-control possesses. It must be noted, self-control isn't an intrinsic quality we're born with. It's a skill, a talent that can be enhanced and perfected with time and practice. It's a voyage of self-discovery, of self-improvement, rather than a single endpoint. The journey begins with minute steps such as resisting the appeal of an additional cookie, or parting from the warm embrace of our bed a bit earlier than usual. It involves setting concrete, feasible objectives and subsequently, devising a plan to accomplish them. It's recognizing your susceptibilities, your triggers, and then devising effective tactics to keep them under control. Yet let's not shy away from acknowledging the trials and tribulations that accompany this journey. It's not always a smooth sailing. There will be instances when the allure of the cookie seems insurmountable, or the comfort of the bed feels too inviting. At times it may seem as if the entire universe is plotting against your endeavors. However, it's crucial to remember that it's precisely during these challenging moments that your self-control is truly put to the test and fortified. The advantages of exercising self-control are numerous. It encourages healthier lifestyle decisions, fosters improved mental well-being, cultivates stronger relationships, and potentially paves the way for professional success. Self-control is your ticket to unlocking your potential and realizing your dreams. It forms the bedrock on which all other virtues stand. In its truest form, self-control is about channeling your inner strength and capacity to direct the trajectory of your life. It's about consciously taking accountability for your actions and choosing to respond thoughtfully, rather than impulsively. It's about being the architect of your own destiny. Remember, the potency of self-control isn't a prerogative reserved for a select few. It's a capability that lies within each one of us. It's a latent force within you, poised to be awakened and harnessed. It's a power that can metamorphose your life in ways you could never have envisaged. The power of self-control is in your hands. The question is, what will you do with it?